and welcome to Education Station, the show that ran over your dog when you were 12.
In today's episode, we will be documenting one of the key sciences. Sam, can you name all 5 sciences for me?
Biology, physics, chemistry, time travel, and baking.
Excellent stuff. Now, you might have noticed we've only included 5 sciences. Some of you out there will be shaking your heads at our omission of grass. Now, for all you nerdy little grass lovers out there, grass ceased to be considered a science in the year 2013. It is now considered a BTEC.
So stop sending us letters demanding we make an episode about grass. It's not happening. Your tiny little green pieces of shit can get absolutely fucked.
In today's show, we'll be learning about biology, and we'll be asking all the important questions, such as, where from do cowboys?
How do you make a tiny little hat for a tiny little monkey?
And how do you unclog your neighbour's parrot from your car's exhaust pipe?
Why do you need to know that?
No reason.
Firstly, we'll be discussing a natural phenomenon that no scientist has dared to research before. So buckle your safety belts and prepare your mammary glands as we delve into the world of HammerProof objects.
HammerProof objects are a scientific anomaly. Out of all 375 objects on planet Earth, only 7 of them are hammerproof.
To learn about HammerProof objects, we first need to understand how they came to be. Take your minds back to Utah in the year 1907.
At Old Gunslinging Town Station, the 8:30 a.m. train from Bidensville to Crimetown failed to stop in time and collided with the back of another train. This horrific train crash resulted in the loss of almost 1 life. One of the train carriages contained 7 totally random inanimate objects. As the 2 trains collided, these objects were flown at each other at an enormous speed, breaking through the sound, drum, and bass barrier, as well as jumping the barrier at Fulham Football Club.
The ensuing collision rendered each of these objects completely and utterly hammerproof.
Trying to find one of these elusive objects is almost as difficult as finding a piece of hay in a needle stack. Luckily, there are a few very rare photos of 3 of these elusive objects. These images cannot be seen by the naked human eye, however. Instead, one's eyes must be wearing special eye t-shirts in order to gaze at them. Have you all got your eye t-shirts on? Gaze now!
The image displayed on screen now is of a home that has recently survived being put under the hammer. It has been purchased by Debbie and Michael from Kent, pictured here with their boring cat.
This next image is that of a 17th century grandfather clock. It's never hammer time for this clock, so to all you hammers out there, can't touch this.
The last image is that of a rebellious teenager. You can't hammer home anything to him.
Here on Education Station, we strive to push further and ask questions that go beyond the askable. An experiment is afoot. We shall now attempt to find another hammerproof object.
A tomato. Is it hammerproof? It would appear not.
This mug, is it hammerproof? That mug was not hammerproof.
What about this yogurt? Hammer or glamour? That wasn't very glamorous.
This lovely photo of a bird in a priceless 18th century frame. Is this hammerproof?
So far, our tests have been completely inconclusive. We need to talk to an expert to find out where we can find one of these elusive, hammerproof objects.
We have with us in the studio Dr. Expert from the Welsh University of... He did his Masters at the University of London and his Mistresses in a basement in South Croydon. He is the leading expert in hammerproof objects, having dedicated centuries and centuries to researching and collecting these rare objects. Dr. Expert, thank you for joining us.
I did not agree to come onto this television program.
Lovely to have you. How are you?
I have felt better at different points in my life.
That's fantastic to hear.
I am in agony, literal physical agony, every single day.
Well, I'm sure a few painkillers will.
I do not see the point to life anymore. I lost my youngest son back in the war, and my wife will not look at me the same ever since. She blames me for sending him off. What was I meant to do? The young men were going to fight, weren't they?
Yes, yes.
Our daughter, Claudia von Hippeltrop, she's just given birth to our granddaughter.
Well, that's wonderful news.
It is very deformed. It has 3 arms and it cannot see or hear. It is an abomination.
Oh, well, I don't think you can say.
The other day I tried to play a fun game of kick the football and it did not move.
Well, that's just very sad.
My daughter is trying very hard to care for her and love her, but I can tell deep down she would very much like to put the little monster in a sack and throw it into the river.
I don't think we need to be talking about...
If I give you my pistol, will you shoot me in the head? I have tried every night, but when I try, I cry 1,000 tears and I cannot do it, and my wife sits there and judges me like the little worm that I am.
I had a bagel this morning. With jam.
Ooh, how very wonderful.
Excellent. What do you know about these hammer-proof objects?
The hammer-proof objects are beyond you.
Tell us, Doctor. Tell us. We need to know. Snap out of it, Doctor. Doctor! Thank you, Dr. Expert, for your time. Based on the little information with which the good doctor provided us, the only viable option is to start a quest. We must find one of these hammer-proof objects ourselves.
After many long and arduous months of searching for the hammer-proof objects, our research finally took us to a field in the south of Finland.
It's here! The hammer-proof object, it's here!
That must be heavy, Sophie. Oh, not really. I'm just feeling my age today. You know, irregularity again.
Sure, I know. That's exactly why I keep Haley's MO on hand. The Field Young Laxative, good taste, and so gentle. It's a laxative blend for comfortable relief.
Giddy up, Grandma!
Sophie, you're as young as you feel.
A laxative blend. I'll try Haley's MO.
Flavored Haley's MO, the Feel Young laxative.
Here, we have a hammer-proof object.
Testing has shown us that the tongs are indeed hammer-proof. But what else is it safe from? We need to do some more experiments. Our test results have concluded that as well as being hammer-proof, these tongs are completely and utterly indestructible, thus making them the most powerful object in the known universe.
This experiment has been a success. We shall make a note of this.
Science.
We're now going to cover a very important subject matter in biology. Ashley, can you tell me what that subject matter might be?
I couldn't give a shit!
Close. It's evolution. But what is evolution? And what does it mean for you and your terrible family?
Evolution is a scourge upon our society. We've all seen it, and we are all scared. We all live under the tyranny of evolution, and we will never know if we'll be next. What you are about to see is a harrowing interview from someone who was struck so cruelly by evolution.
Evolution ruined my life. It tore apart my family. One night, my wife spontaneously evolved into my neighbour's wife, and I accidentally had sex with her. My wife still won't believe that that's what happened.
Harrowing stuff. To provide us with a more comprehensive and profound understanding of evolution, we've invited the proponent of evolution along for an informative and prestigious interview.
He's the donkey to your Shrek, the Barry to your Paul, the cock to your balls. It's Charles Darwin, everyone!
Mr. Darwin, thank you very much for joining us. So, Mr. Darwin, a retired evolutionary biologist from Shrewsbury, your specialist subject is the pop and R&B girl band, the Sugar Babes. Your time starts now. In which year did founding member Siobhan Donaghy leave the Sugar Babes? The answer is 2001. Which single was the Sugar Babes' first to achieve #1 in the UK charts? It's Freak Like Me. How many lineups of the Sugar Babes occurred before the original lineup's reformation in the year 2012? It's 3. What was the name of the Sugar Babes' first UK tour? It's Angels with Dirty Faces. In which year did Mattel... I've started, so I'll finish. In which year did Mattel team up with the Sugar Babes to create a Barbie collection?
1847!
Oh, it's 2007. Unfortunately, Mr. Darwin, after that you have 0 points.
Valuable information there. We shall now elaborate upon the profound insights that Darwin has provided for us. Let's first begin with natural selection. Now you may be wondering how natural selection operates in the real world. For this, we have devised a demonstration.
Selected!
Now you may be wondering how certain organisms are selected over others. Well, don't.
Now, the process of evolution cannot operate without genes, of which there are 3 base pairs: skinny, bootcut, and jeggings.
In addition to determining an organism's physical traits, genes also determine an organism's personal ones as well.
This is Ollie. He wears skinny jeans. He is 15 years old and thinks that he has suffered more hardship than the third world. He lives in his parents' attic and can be found in a field, vaping with his friends. He doesn't know how to use glue.
This is Greg from Salford. He wears bootcut jeans. He spends every weekend at his local prison calling women who don't want to fuck him sluts, and then can't comprehend why he is single. He has had to go to A&E multiple times because he has gotten his pubes stuck in his zipper.
This is Claire from London. She wears jeggings. She has a job in a soulless office. She tells people that she only eats what is dictated to her by her favourite influences, when in reality she spends her evenings sat on the sofa watching Love Island, eating packets of Walker's Sensations and going through an entire tub of hummus. She genuinely believes that she could pull Jack Grealish and isn't invited to family events anymore.
So, to sum up, evolution is both a giver and a taker, which means that we can, with a high degree of confidence, assert that evolution must be a woman from Birmingham.
We're nearing the end of the show, which means it's time to take a look at some graphs. Let's head over to Graph Corner.
Now graphs can tell us a lot of useful things. This is hard graph. This is a G-graph. And this is graphic.
Now, graphs are very useful things, but as we all know, they come with potential side effects. Death.
The drawing of graphs involves an incredible amount of risk. One wrong move, and it's all over. Imagine the classic beat the buzzer games you would see at fairs, the only difference being make any mistake, and you will spontaneously combust.
Here we have a brave volunteer who will assist us in drawing a graph. Please welcome Timothy McBiggletits.
Now we must have absolute silence in the studio as Timothy draws us a graph. If he makes any mistake, he will be our new curtains.
Right, let's put some distance between us and Timothy just in case.
Now Timothy, in your own time, please draw us a graph. Oh dear, it's the end of the show, Klaxon, which means it's the end of the show.
And there we have it, biology. What have we learned today? Well, we've learned how Arctic penguins deal with rejection, and we've learned how a kipper can summon the Jezebel.
Tune in next week where I discover the key to happiness and Sam discovers a portal to one of Cheshire's oldest kilns.
What? No. I'm not going anywhere near a kiln. We've been through this. I'm not doing it. Not after last time. Not after last time!
All on next week's education station. See you then, and remember, touch the bins at the front of my house and I will shit down your throat. Goodbye! You can just whisper into them.
You can do.
In a very section. Oh my god, this is ASMR.
It is ASMR.
This is exactly what they do. Make any mistake, and it's spontaneously combust.
Oh mate, I've just realised.
What?
Your shirt is green. Underneath.
They are! That is a HammerProof object right there.
Fuck you!
Yeah!
Yeah! Science!